This episode is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Zach Miller Agency. If you're looking for an insurance agent with a personal touch, someone willing to have the real conversations about what's important to you, assistance with submitting claims, and offering quality coverage options, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Zach Miller Agency may be the place for you. Whether you need home, auto, farm, commercial, life, or health insurance, we're here for you. Check us out at agentzachmiller.com. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agriculture Insurance Company.
Welcome back to another episode of Touching Base. I'm Zach Miller, joined by my co-host Vance Neidig, and we're thrilled to introduce Shannon Lee, a young cancer survivor who is willing to tell his story. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
No problem.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Were you a little skeptical at first?
I was contemplating the whole ride here. I was like, do I turn back now and call him? Or
What was kind of your skepticism?
I talked about this story a lot over and over again. You know, I'm about 3 years out right now, and then anybody I ran into, oh, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't
like you kind of over it?
A little bit, but
yeah.
Is it a feeling of like everybody, you feel like people are like pity on you or you know,
not
sympathetic to you or something?
Well, people just ask questions a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can talk about something else too.
No, I get it. I like I don't like the sympathy type stuff from people. Sometimes I'd rather just let's have a normal conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to make it not so much just about that. It'll be a lot about that, but we'll try to make it not so into it. Let's start from the beginning though. Where were you born and raised?
Right here. Well, not right here. I was born here in Norfolk, Nebraska in 1997.
There you go.
And I went to high school at Battle Creek High School.
Any activities or anything? Sports?
Football, golf, 1 year wrestling, and did speech for a little bit. That didn't work out. So
speech wasn't good.
Nope.
No. You were a pretty big guy. So what position did you play in football?
I was left guard.
Left guard.
So I was pulling guard.
Nice.
And defense center.
Good. That's great. Did you have any aspirations to go play in college for anything?
I don't think I was that good to do. I don't know. Didn't quite make it that far.
So no.
I had my eyes set on the military, I guess.
I forgot about that. So we can talk about that too. So you went straight from high school to military?
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, since I really don't have a whole lot of background
I
on it?
enlisted when I was 16. So the year before, I was already ready to go paperwork-wise, and I was going to do what's called split ops. So you go to your basic training, your 6-week training, and then you're back at high school. And then, well, after you graduate high school, you go back. But I just wanted to do the whole thing and get it done. And my coach, Mr. Carlson, kind of told me, he was like, don't do that. I was like, I won't. I won't do that.
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you enlisted, you went to basic then?
Yep.
Okay. Can you kind of give us the story on that?
So that was in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So they call it Fort Lawson Woods. I was in basic training for 19 weeks. So that was combat basic training along with AIT.
So you did everything all at one time?
Yes. And then the school training part was military police. So
is that normal to do everything all at one time?
Yep.
Is it? Okay. I couldn't remember. I've had a few other friends go through it. I couldn't remember how long
Some people move from doing basic training in different bases to their actual job training bases.
Gotcha. So you were military police then?
Yep.
Is what you said. Okay. How hard was basic?
I was pretty well set off when I was doing active sports. I grew up on a farm, so I was already farm boy, and I liked being outside compared to kids growing up doing video games, I guess.
Right.
It's the best way I can say it.
So you kind of had the hard work ethic already ready to go. That's good. So it wasn't a bother for you then at all.
No, not too much. Just mental, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you're always getting shit on, I
Yeah.
guess.
Any
You always have somebody in your face, whether you think you messed up or not. So.
right? Any stories that stand out? Anything that happened, or good or bad?
We definitely had a couple of guys in the barracks. I was first platoon. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the one that came out at night when the drill sergeants were gone. Come to find out, they were watching this the whole time, and he would like say, "We're all brothers here." Like, it's first weekend, and we're gonna get through this together. Let's come together. You know, we're gonna get this done together. And a couple weeks down the road, we were ready to go to range, and he went to psych ward and said, "If I go out there, I am going to shoot people instead of the targets." So
Gosh.
he was no longer allowed to be around us anymore.
Wow. That's wild.
So
Just
he really
couldn't
wanted to
take
go
it.
home.
Yeah, couldn't take it mentally, huh?
No.
Goodness gracious. So get us from basic to what was the next step for you there?
Next up was coming home to Battle Creek for a football game.
Oh yeah?
Yep. My parents came down to get me with one of my buddies, Austin Nathan, and my sister Brooke Danielle and her husband. We all went back, and I got set up with a unit actually in not Erickson, Elkhorn, Nebraska, over by Omaha.
Yeah.
And that was my brigade. And there was a small detachment there of a couple people trying to get out, like PCS. And then I got transferred, thankfully, to Columbus, where I did the rest of my contract, basically.
Okay.
So I liked it a lot better.
Right. So never got deployed or anything.
We did.
You did get deployed.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. For how long?
Just under a year, about 8 months.
Did
So
see
that
any
was
major action?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you give us
action. No.
Oh, yeah.
We guarded we were the first like provost marshal office at that base, and it was 3 miles in diameter. It was not very big, so you can only drive around so many times before you're like,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go to chow hall and get a snack, rip it. Like, I'm gonna walk around a little bit. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like,
No.
so obviously, I was reserves, and we had active duty members there. This is the first time actually having like police enforcement there. So obviously, nobody took this seriously.
Right. So, yeah, your first one's there. Yeah.
Like, well,
What are you guys
It was
doing?
like, oh, thank you so much.
I always wondered what it was like to be military police. Because, I mean, it just sounds like it would be that all the time.
Well, probably for active duty, that would be a lot different. But
Yeah.
like, they knew who we were,
Oh, so
and
they
they're
knew
like,
you-
well, we never had this before. And then
Yeah.
they go, like, there was one of our soldiers. He was night shift, and he literally had a commander, like, well, you just had to hand this ticket over to your leadership. It was like, oh, what's he gonna do about it? And like blasted him, and she took it to her commander, and she had to come back and apologize to him,
Wow.
because you had to take it seriously, no matter if we just had a military police magnet
Right.
on the side of or whatever car we were driving.
Yeah, you got to respect the authority at some point,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. I get that. So you were over there, you said, for how long?
8 months.
8 months?
Yep.
And then came back, and then how long was you didn't come back?
I didn't come back right away. That's where everything started to happen.
Oh, okay. So now I'm getting ahead of myself then. Okay.
It's okay. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So, okay. So 8 months. Let's get to this.
So in we went to Fort Bliss first. I was attached to the 354 in St. Louis, Missouri, for a couple months before for pre-mob. You know, we're getting ready. We're meeting everybody. We're making sure everybody has everything they need to deploy. And then we made it over to Fort Bliss, where they give you more gear to pack in and pack out. And from there, we flew to Germany. That was our halfway point from Fort Bliss, Texas. So that's right on the border of Mexico. So you can literally hear gunshots on the tarmac, like across the fence.
Sure.
And so from there, we proceeded to do our training that we needed to do before pre-move, like automatic rifles, pistols, rifles, movements with people, and all that cool guy stuff. And I don't know. It just hit me out of nowhere. I had a very sharp pain, like somebody shot me in the testicle with a BB gun.
Oh my
or
goodness.
or somebody just hit me, and I don't know. It was really strange, and then it went away. Didn't really think about it.
So just like
Yeah,
a
like
quick
instant,
thing.
like something. I don't know if I got stung by something or what, but it hurt,
Yeah.
and it went away. Whatever. You didn't really think about it. And at that time, I was dating my girlfriend at the time. We were about a couple days out from going to Saudi Arabia, and she calls me and tells me she's pregnant.
Oh goodness.
I was so scared.
That's a lot to take in all at once. Yeah.
I was not ready. I was not ready to be a dad. I was working at Norfolk Iron and Metal at the time. Paycheck to paycheck. We're just surviving. We were both in the military. She was at the same unit as me, but a different. She was combat medic,
Okay.
so she wasn't part of our group. She was with a separate,
Gotcha.
and they were transportation and
Okay.
engineers. So they had the big trucks and had the all that jazz. I was super scared because I'm like, what do I do? I'm about ready to leave to another country, like one might do if we found that out.
Right.
But I just, we'll figure it out. And we finally make it to Germany. We had to stay overnight for some reason. The jets we were on need refueled, and all you had on you was your rifle and your pistol, and you're in uniform, so you could grab one bag to go to the hotel. And we stayed the night there. Got back on the plane and went. We landed. There was a separate company there that unloaded all our gear and stuff and transported it to that base. And it was real fast. And you got in these big, not Toyota, but probably Toyota vans with screens, 110 degrees, sand blowing in your face, nuts. And you're just going and going and going. Everybody gets on the bus, no AC, of course. Shades are shut. Nobody knows who you are because you never know.
Right.
And it was so hot in there, I passed out.
Oh goodness.
I was like, we just got off the plane. We're going, and like no AC. We wake up. We are on base. You get off the door, and the sky is black. And I don't know if it was the sun making this discoloration or the sand blowing in my face, but it looked like we woke up in hell
Oh
because it was
jeez.
blowing that bad.
Yeah.
And this full blown COVID, we turn on our rifles to the what's it called? Not the locker, but armory. There you go. And we go to our villas. So it's five people per villa, but at that time it was 10 and a 5-bedroom house. So it was tight. And so
Just because there were so many people there, or
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously you had to wait 2 weeks to leave. So we had to stay there for extended 2 weeks before we could infill the next company that was already there. And that's when we started training. All our meals were brought to us from the defect. And it was a long 2 weeks before we actually could go outside. We're had to wear mask all the time, and it's like, we're living with people that we work with and driving the same vehicle, like every
Right.
type.
Yeah.
So, but from there,
I'm not sure what your thoughts on COVID are, but we were kind of, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It definitely wasn't something that needed to be done. It's especially in a military aspect, like you're
Right.
around people a lot,
All the time.
and you need to be.
Right. Right.
From there, I made it through the whole deployment. I'm FaceTiming my family, obviously, like back and forth, doing my duty and everything. And then, I guess towards the end of the deployment, I think it was around September 2020. Yeah. Yeah. 2020 to 2021 was our deployment. And I noticed I had this growth on my left testicle. I was like, do I have a hernia, or did I have torsion, testicular torsion, or anything like that? And I went to the clinic. We have our guys there that are medics at the clinic, but you talk to a local national that's there. So he's Saudi Arabian, and he did not take me seriously.
No.
I told him about it, and I made it over halfway through the deployment, and now he's literally told me, he's like, now, why is this a problem now? Like, why didn't you come sooner? I was like, I'm scared.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. This sucks. And from there, the way they do an appointments, you make an appointment when you're overseas, you have an appointment for the doctor. Go back, wait a week, blood work. Go back, scans. Go back, ultrasound. Go back, talk to the doctor again.
Can't get it all at once.
No, because you have to make a appointment for
Each thing.
deal. And I made it to all my appointments, and then out of nowhere, TRICARE is the insurance that we go through in the military. And they just dropped that hospital for about 2 months and didn't say anything to me.
Well,
Like, oh, okay. And I finally go back and talk to that doctor after 2 months, and he tells me you have to test you with cancer. Like, we're going to do surgery here. I was like, no, you're not.
0 chance.
He's like, you want all your medical records? I was like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do.
yeah. Goodness.
And I took it back to the clinic because I just stayed quiet about this. As embarrassing, obviously, scary. I kind of talked to my friends about it, but not really. I didn't tell them about the details. I didn't want anybody really knowing except for my family.
What did you feel embarrassed about it?
It just groin.
Yeah.
And
I just didn't know what your thought process was.
at the time, I just wanted to keep it quiet.
Gotcha.
And I told everybody that needed to know, like the clinic office and what to do from here. So I thought.
But like your superiors didn't know at the time, things like that.
They did.
Okay.
I told my NCO about it,
Okay.
and she was in the loop about it. Like, I'm having this problem, kinda. And then I didn't hear anything from the clinic or whatever. The guy in charge there, he was in the Air Force, and I guess wasn't really paying attention to paperwork because it kept going, and nobody said anything of if I was leaving or going or staying.
So it's kind of up in limbo.
Yeah. And I guess it wasn't really a problem until I started peeing blood one night in my villa. And that's when I was like, I need to go to the hospital right now.
Right.
I went to my NCO and I told her, like, this is what's happening. I need to go. We race, or not race, but we're in an ambulance and we're going through traffic in Riyadh. And obviously over there's no speed limit. I swear. They hit somebody, they get out of the car, they look, like, and then get back in and drive.
Holy
Like,
cow.
yeah, it's nuts.
I've seen videos like that, but yeah, I didn't know that was like a common occurrence.
Yep, it is.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
They just hit each other, like, say something to each other, and then like, yeah, leave. And we got to the hospital. They do another ultrasound, and shit, you not, this guy comes out with an eye patch, charge nurse, and he's like, flipping through the papers. He's like, because he wanted a sample. And I was like, I already went. And he's like, it's okay to be blood sometimes. Like, oh, it is. Wow. And I
It's
look at my
okay.
medic. I was like, can we leave? Like, let's just get out of here.
Right.
And it, I don't know. I didn't eat for a while because I just wasn't feeling good, obviously. And I finally did, and I keep anything down. And it wasn't until the next day they're like, I couldn't pee.
Like at all.
Yeah.
And you were
it was-
drinking fluids, so it's like, okay.
and it was just building up pressure and pressure. And I can't like express how much that hurts. Like
I'm
you
sure.
can't go, and your bladder's just
Filling up, yeah.
And I went to the clinic. I obviously had my first sergeant involved with this to get some paperwork going. And I finally met this colonel who knew nothing about me when he was supposed to. And he wanted to put a Foley in, catheter or whatever. They don't have catheters there. He didn't know that. So that kind of tells you
Right.
how much he knew about the clinic he was running.
Yeah.
And so I got into another ambulance. I got shipped to, we called it Tent City. I can't remember the name of that base, but it is literally tents. That is it. With special AC units, but the most cool, like triage center. They had beds and everything. Like there were cots, but they had trauma centers because they obviously had a tarmac over there, so they definitely had to have accidents over there, and they need to get guys in. They can do it. And I was there for a good week. I got a Foley in. I had blood clots coming out.
Oh,
So I didn't know if like my kidneys were failing or something. It was just coming out finally, and then all that was just released at once.
they didn't give anything for that. It just started kind of passing through.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
Okay.
And then that Foley would obviously fill up and clog again and again. So they'd take it out, put another one in, I think up to 5 times in a couple or 2 days.
I don't like catheters.
No, me either. Not recommended.
Yeah.
I don't recommend.
You're saying you had it that many times, and they had to
yeah.
read
Over
I
and
just-
over. Wake up in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep
Yeah.
and you can't eat because
Yeah.
you're just, everything you put down is coming right back up.
And they can't really numb anything. So
Exactly. And the incoming unit, their NCOs came in and talked to me about this colonel and that what all went on and how much he didn't know, and that he was going to get to talk to you about it because he failed.
Yeah.
And from there, I was with my buddy, Tori Peterson, my medic. I had to have somebody come with me at the time. And Tori, he has 3 daughters and a wife back home in Dexter, Missouri. This man saved my life. So, this poor guy. I am 6'2". My cowboy boots are massive, like size 12D. I was okay to leave from that triage center to get on a C-130, get strapped onto the bed and everything, and we took off. And we stopped in Landstuhl, Germany. And that's where I had outside lesion right here. So I had a big tumor right here. And obviously to get that left testicle taken out. And so I was wheeled everywhere by whoever was driving the bus, all these soldiers that were in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
And, I got in, we got the surgery done, and I felt great. Everything's out. I don't need to be scared anymore. And I asked the doctor, I was like, well, can I get changed, showered, whatever? He's like, yeah. And I get changed, showered. I had to stay one more night or whatever. And then I had to do all these tests. Like they put you in a glass box and you have this little mouthpiece and they like test your breathing or whatever and how it's functioning through your lungs to look for like pneumonia or stuff like that if you have some lodged in there. And endless blood work. I was getting a lot of iron a couple times and just all kinds of stuff I couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor comes in and says, like, we're not done yet. Like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you have 254,000 tumor markers in your body.
Jeez.
I was like, well, what do you mean? When they, that blue IV solution they put in you
Yeah.
to show up any kind of tumor markers in your body, I lit up like a Christmas tree.
That's what you
So
have.
it was everywhere. I had my brain, both lungs, my heart, abdomen. It was literally everywhere.
Wow.
And, I was just starstruck. I called my mom, obviously my girlfriend at the time, their family. Like, this is not good. My mom, she's like, oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's not. I'm like, no, Mom, it's not.
I've got it everywhere.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Yeah.
So from there, I was able to go back to the barracks with my medic.
In Germany.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
And we went back to the barracks, and he wanted to order food for the night, and I'm on my medication, pain pills for the last surgery, and he brought in this Hai Chai or Chinese food or whatever, and just the whiff of food. I was in the bathroom real quick.
Oh man.
I couldn't do it. Like the smell of food, or I can only drink water, like sips of water.
Yeah.
And at that time was when obviously I'm talking to my buddies back home, my unit, my family, everybody, and then my vision starts like getting worse and worse. Like I'm squinting my eyes and I can't see my own phone.
Like going like blurry or
And at that point, you got to sign this mile of paperwork before you get discharged to a separate facility. And my buddy, Tori, he helped me sign everything, fill out the paperwork with me. And that's all I can do was like my nerves were like messing up too to like sign paperwork, and he dated it. Like that's how we did it. And, we get back on C-130, and this time I'm sitting down next to him, and he's got a bag of like oranges or whatever, like little pieces of orange. And I was just sucking on them because I can't eat.
Couldn't chew anything. Yeah,
I got my barf bag with me, obviously, and everybody's looking at me, and it's just like, look away, like leave me alone. Like I'm going through a lot here, and we got people in knee braces, and I sprained my ankle. Like shut up. I am going through a lot right now. I don't want to hear about you. We got to Walter Reed. That's over in Washington, D.C. area, right?
Walter Reed Medical Center. Yeah.
And we get off the plane to stay the night there or whatever, and my medic Tori was already like on the phone with Burke Army Medical Center down in San Antonio, Texas. Those are the people that are going to take me in to start chemo.
They specialize in cancer down there. Okay.
Yep. 5T. And from there, he was talking to the pilot or who was in charge of these other soldiers. Like, this person I need to drop off here, 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 and here. And we already called Brick Armory Medical Center. They're like, we need to hear him here like yesterday. Like, they had all the files and all the medical paperwork. Like, we need him here now.
Right.
Like, not a week from now. They were talking about like maybe a couple
Like
days
tonight.
we'll get there. They're like, oh no,
Yeah.
no. So this man paid out of pocket to get us 2 flights to San Antonio. It was kind of blurry. After that, we stopped in a hotel for a night. Yeah, I don't know. We had a connection flight to somewhere else the next day, and we get up. We go to the airport, and he's wheeling me around with the wheelchair. I'm 250 pounds, 6'2". Like, he's just pushing me everywhere. That poor guy. And finally make it to our terminal or whatever, and I make it to my seat, and I get another bag, and I'm not even like drinking anything. I'm just like gagging, like nothing. And the guy in front of me like just gets up and like walks away. It's like, yeah, you might want to sit up somewhere else for this flight. We finally make it to San Antonio, and at the airport, we get our Uber or whatever. We're piling everything in, and this guy, we get to the base. He's like, I don't have base access. Like, the hospital is separate from the military base. This is Fort Sam. This is Brick Armory Medical Center.
Okay.
BMC. And get to the gate, and there's a gate guard there. I do not know his name, but this Uber did not have a visitor. You have to have this visitor's pass to get on base if you're not military. So I don't know really what happened, if he just scanned my buddy's ID, but he just kind of, we told him what was going on. He's like, he needs in there right now. We don't have time with that.
Right.
Like, we can't pull in, pull out. Like, I need to be there. And he just kind of looked away and told the driver, like, I'm risking my ass for this. You get him there.
Right.
And you get out. So
I'm going to make sure you leave.
Make sure you leave.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I get out of the van. We were driving the van, obviously. Uber XL. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
And I'm like half-ass walking, like falling. I grab a pillar. There's a trash can. I puke there. I stumble through the doors, and I think Tori caught me and got me in a wheelchair. And a charge nurse came right up to me in the ER, and like, we know who he is. Like, we gotta go now. And lights out.
Don't remember much from after that. You were out.
I woke up, and obviously all hooked up to my chemo bag and everything. And turns out I had a brain tumor that was hemorrhaging, or it was on the left side.
You move the mic just a little bit to your. I see. Yep, I see it.
And
You're right.
golf ball size tumor.
Golf ball size?
Yeah. And it shifted my midline of my brain to the right side of my head, and I was bleeding. So I was 80% through that chemo treatment, so they had to stop it because I started having a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when my parents got there. Her mom was there and my daughter, but this is full-blown COVID. One person in for 1 hour, no longer, no more than 2 people in a room at a time. All this is like, at this point, my daughter is 2 weeks old. I have not seen her in person. I watched the birth of her FaceTime in Saudi Arabia,
Wow.
and this guy will not let me see my daughter.
That's just, it's cruel.
And finally, they made the exception.
Because you don't know if you're going to survive either.
Exactly.
That's my, like that.
Yeah.
I have no respect for anybody that kept their family apart for something like that. Just my opinion.
Oh yeah. I was pretty pissed. That was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And so finally, my family is in that waiting room down the hall. Well, first, they finally let Alexa come in. My, well, now ex-wife. And it was just her for a while. Like every day, she'd come up and see me, and well, at the time, no, backtrack.
You're right.
Come up to see me, talk to me, what's going on. I'm not doing very well. I was kind of coherent at the time, and at the time where I had that seizure, like I had to get surgery or they were going to continue with chemo. And obviously chemo was not working.
Right.
So I had to make that decision with her to do the surgery no matter what. And they finally let my 2-week-old daughter come in and see me.
Before surgery? It's crazy.
Like, this may be the first and last time I see my daughter.
Right.
Like, wow.
That's wild to think about.
Then my mom comes in, one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the point where light is bothering me, loud noises, or any noise, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And just come in and talk quietly. My sister, my dad, my brother-in-law, Travis, and my sister, Brooke. And, basically just saying goodbye to their brother and son. And, this decision was made. The doctor came in and talked to me, gave me the lowdown. Like, you have like a 5% chance of making this surgery.
And at this point, what were they doing for the surgery?
They're going to do the craniotomy.
Okay, so that's just on the brain. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, they had to
do
all
that
that.
where that scar is. Yep. Okay.
And
I didn't know if they were going to go after anything else. Okay.
Nope, just that big old
So
golf ball.
5%, huh?
5% chance to make it through that surgery.
And your brain had already moved, you said.
Mhm.
So it's
yeah, already shifted.
so that they have to. I don't know much about that operation. So do they have to go in and move some of that back then, or how does it kind of go back on its own?
Well, obviously they took the skull cap off,
Mm-hmm.
and I have pictures of that actually. So yeah,
Can't show those on the on the show.
I'm sorry.
We can see them later.
Yeah.
But
But no, they went in there obviously like precisely, and thank God for the surgeons they have there.
mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody else that could go through that, and wow.
Takes a steady
'Cause
damn
it-
hand to
it
work
was-
on the
yeah.
brain and the heart.
Yeah.
Those two things.
Yeah. And just go in there and actually like resect that and cut away without damaging all these nerves that are inside your brain. And that doctor told me, like, you're most likely going to not survive this. If you do, you're going to be better in the rest of your life. You're not going to be Shannon anymore.
Right.
I'll wake up from the surgery for a little bit and go back.
Kind of
And-
drifting in and out type
yeah.
thing.
And I finally like sit up or whatever, like move my bed up or whatever. I'm like looking around. I can't talk. And I'm so mad.
You want to so bad, you just can't do it.
Like, what is going on? Yeah, like you're talking to yourself in the head. It's like, why am I not saying words right now? And obviously, my wife comes in at the time. We got married right before the surgery. So that way, if I was to die, she was able to have my
Benefits.
and stuff.
Makes
my
sense.
life insurance plan.
Yeah, makes sense.
And speech therapist comes in. She's like, she gave me a board, a marker, so I could still write.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're mad right now, aren't you?" I was like, I like, and she's like, "Can you write your name?" And take the pen like this, trying to write. I could do it. She's like, "Just do that over and over and over again." Think in my head, like, this is stupid. Like, writing over and over again. It took me about a week, and it was pretty broken up speech there for a while. So I was able to get my phone, call some people or whatever, and call them back. Hey, I'm alive. They sewed me up, but I'm a little fucked up.
I just got my speech back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was another couple days. They got me up walking, and obviously you take a wheelchair out of the hospital. But within the next week, I was up and walking out of the hospital.
No, you didn't have to do any therapy for that or anything?
Not at that time.
Really?
I had to come back every day for blood work.
Right.
I got set up with the soldier recovery unit that's on base at San Antonio. So I had all this paperwork to fill out. Like, I just got out of brain surgery, and we're doing paperwork for what's called the Fisher House. It's a free house for veterans that are going through, like, they have to stay in the hospital or they have to go back and forth.
Like recovery type.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they house families there. So it's like a 10-bedroom house, like mansion with a double kitchen. So you're like cooking and another family's cooking. There's obviously a big dining room and everything. So got to meet a lot of cool people there.
Yeah. It's almost like a little bed and breakfast.
Yeah. And, I'm doing blood work every day. And basically from there, I did about 6 rounds of chemo, like TIP, like salvage tumors, because everything that they did, my tumors would spark right back up, like it would not stop. It was stage 4 metastatic cancer. I had a germicide tumor, so germs, they spread.
Yep.
And it just kept doing that over and over again.
No matter what they did.
Yeah.
So no matter how much chemo you were doing, it was just spreading back out.
Yep. And
I've never heard of that type of I've never heard of that before.
Germicide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's well, it seems like a very wild,
Yes.
very attack oriented type of cancer.
Very invasive.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Did they ever figure out? You can keep telling the story. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, you're good.
I was going to say, did they ever figure out where it was originating from?
We in Saudi Arabia, they burn everything. Like, they have a landfill, but it's burning like weekly. Like every Tuesday you walk outside and you can just smell it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that like the burn piles that they talk about?
burn pits. Yeah.
That happened in that happened in Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff too.
That's why they came up with the PACT Act.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that got cancer out of it.
Because back in Germany, my doctor, he's like, yeah, it's pretty common for soldiers to come back with, different types of cancers from burn units in different countries and stuff like that. It's like, oh, my recruiter forgot to tell me that when I...
So it literally happened that fast? I think it happened that quickly?
Just inhaling all of that. I was the only one.
That is wild.
Out of my unit. Like, everybody, when they got back home, they got tested. Like, they did blood work like right away.
Wow. That is just crazy. Because you said, how long were you there?
How long ago was it?
How long were you in
Country?
Saudi?
8 months.
8 months?
8 months.
And they think it happened in that amount of time? That is crazy. That's crazy to me. I can't even. That's wild. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, all good.
Wild.
From there, it was just a lot to take in. Like, all this chemo and then going back home, like, my daughter and my wife at the time, they couldn't go anywhere. Like, they had to take care of me, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just really wears on you. Like, you can't really leave the place you're living.
Mm-hmm.
and you got to stay there. You got to do this. And we went home to Nebraska one time. We drove all the way from San Antonio to Petersburg, Nebraska.
It's a long drive.
And that was my first like actual seizure I remembered, because I went to go get back in my pickup, and I guess I fell down and ended up underneath my pickup.
Oh, geez.
And that was my first, like, obviously we had to tell the doctors back home, and my NCO that was in charge of my case in San Antonio, and my doctor's like, you can't go back home. You got to stay here for the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, damn, can't go nowhere.
Right.
But made the most of it, obviously, while we were there. Every treatment, good week every time for chemo, and I was able to get up there for a while, and they had a little workout room. Obviously, you had your nurse with you, and you just go walk the treadmill or do whatever, getting on the elliptical, stuff like that. Just,
I'm sure you're pretty weak though, still too, right?
but,
Yeah.
at that time, just keep on moving.
Mm-hmm.
You go from working out every morning, every night, and then you can't do nothing.
Right.
It's like, get up, do it.
Yep.
I finally got to that point, a couple treatments down, and I didn't want to get out of bed. It just wears on you, and it's just like, this is still going on. And finally, it got to the point where they had to do a bone marrow transplant. So they take the cells out of your body.
Yep.
Thankfully, I was actually able to use my own cells again.
Oh,
So
that's good.
they take how many cells out, and then they infuse you and give it all back to you. Then that's a 21-day stay in the hospital
Oh, geez.
at most.
That's crazy.
Like,
I didn't realize they were that long for a bone marrow transplant.
and obviously, that's, I don't know, that was the most painful process of my life. Just
That
laying there, like waiting. Can I go home now? I want discharge.
like mental pain, okay.
Because I don't know, that was at the time where my throat started to swell up, so it was hard to swallow pills, and I couldn't really eat for a long time. So I was tube fed through an IV. It was an IV, but it was like,
Mhm.
all nutrients you needed.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, I'm not me anymore.
Right.
But I ended up having to do that twice. So two bone marrow transplants.
Wow.
But the chemo treatment I did was Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong, the biker,
Yep.
Yep.
That's the chemo treatment I did.
the same one he did.
Yep. And it worked.
That's good. Obviously, yeah, it worked. Yeah.
There was no other surgeries other than bone marrow transplants. They didn't have
Um,
to take any more tumors out after the brain surgery.
I had total 7 surgeries. So obviously my chest,
Yep.
my brain. I've had both lung surgeries. Those both had chest tubes. I have a wedge, and in between some of my ribs up here. This one's broken. They had to break it to get around to the lymph nodes in this lung, and this one was actually at UNMC here in Omaha 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
So the lungs, they were removing lymph nodes, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because they left them in there for a while because there was just a couple and they weren't spreading, I guess. So
Okay.
I was doing just fine, and I'm cut from my sternum past my belly button because I had 23 lymph nodes that they had to pull out from over there. So I am
Sounds like a horror movie. Basically gutted.
gut like the deer.
Goodness gracious. But they never had to crack your sternum?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
But that surgery, I wish that upon no one. Like, you cut through your stomach liner and everything.
What was the recovery on that one? What was the recovery time?
It was a good month. But just when you ruin that core and
You never get
can't-
it back, right?
and you can't move, right,
You have
without
a
hurting yourself.
Coughing
Yes.
pillow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did for a while.
Yeah.
But I had this drainage tube, about looks like a big grenade and a tube in the side,
Yep.
and I had to measure it when I got back every time, like how much fluid was coming out. But that
Mhm.
was from the lung surgery, so I had a brace or just like wrap all the way around the chest and like dump it out, and then it's just hanging on by a little what's that called?
Just like a little hook.
Clip.
Big clip, yeah.
And then every time I'm in the shower, like I'll set it on the handicap bar and it falls and then it rips, like,
Yep.
'cause it's all stitched, it's just ripping. Oh,
I've seen a few of those through some different heart surgery type stuff
Yep.
too, because they have to put them in for that too. So they're kind of weird to look at.
yes, they are. It's very gross.
You're like, what is that? This looks like a mixture of blood and I don't even know what else.
Yes, I do not recommend smelling that. So
I never smelled it, I guess. So I don't know.
well, you got to clean it out yourself.
Yeah, you do. Oh man. So, okay. Had all that surgery, all that's done.
And I'm back in the barracks, and so a couple of those surgeries, like this one, my abdomen and this lung was done in Houston at what cancers?
I can look it up. You can keep going.
Done in they were done in Houston at a base there, or at just a hospital there.
Yeah, it was an oncology hospital.
Gotcha.
There's the Houston Cancer Center,
Yeah,
MD Anderson Cancer
MD
Center.
Anderson. There you go.
Okay.
So I went there for 2 surgeries, and obviously recovery back in San Antonio.
So San Antonio was kind of home base for you through this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For a good year and a half, almost 2. And that's when they started the med work process after all my surgeries were finally done at that time. So, and obviously from there, I got moved into the barracks. You couldn't have your spouse in the barracks though. So that's when she finally got to go home and live in our house. So I was on my own from then, because I was finally well enough to take care of myself and do paperwork and everything. So
And that was still in San Antonio. That was back here. San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Okay. So she got to go home and live. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So then how much longer were you in the barracks then after that? I guess how long were you guys apart?
I'd say a good 6 to 8 months.
And then you're
Or-
still doing recovery through this whole thing? Is that why? Or you're
it's
finishing out your contract or what? I guess what?
not really finished out the contract. The med work process takes a while.
Takes a
'Cause they got to go through all the medical paperwork, your paperwork, get everything set up so you can actually go back home and the people to talk to at the VA and so on and so forth.
Just a
So,
long-
did you
long
get
process.
medically discharged then?
Yep, honorable discharge, 100% disability.
That's crazy. So, okay, so we go from there. You get medically discharged. Where do we go from there? Are you cancer free at this point?
Yes. I did 2 years of surveillance with over here at Faith Regional. And
'Cause I remember the picture you ringing the bell.
that was in San Antonio.
That was in San Antonio. Okay, I didn't know if
That
that was here or down there. So
No, San Antonio. I was wearing an MD Anderson jacket, but they didn't have jackets there at Brook Army Medical.
gotcha. That's all right.
Yeah.
Was that a good experience to be able to do that?
Yep.
Because that's like your cancer free moment, right? Yeah.
My the germicide part is the downfall of that. Like everything's in the clear right now, but there's a very likely chance it can come back and metastasize. So
Did they give any kind of percentage?
not
Okay.
really. it's hit and miss.
Because percentages are working pretty good for you.
Yeah.
So
5%
Right now,
sounds like
yeah.
that's, I mean, maybe some lotteries or maybe you burn it up on the 5%.
I tried
don't
for a
know.
while. It did not go well.
It's just like this is only a one-way path they can do this on.
Sorry, I interrupted you though. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. How often do you have to go back and do checks and stuff like that?
I'm on every 6 months right now. So I was on. It took a while. It was a lot of appointments back and forth from where I live to Albion to get with the doctor at the VA, the doctor at Carson Cancer Center here, and obviously every time I come back, head CT, chest MRI, and blood work every time, and then a week later is the doctor visit.
So you went from lighting up like a Christmas tree to nothing now. Nothing shows up.
Under 5.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's
So
good.
like everybody, like
Has some
you
sort
go
of,
in for blood work. That I have what's called one chart. And you can view your test results and
Yeah.
everything. And like,
so if I go look at mine, it's probably got something
like
in that area.
under 5, that's deemed like cancer free.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the emotional side of it a little bit. You talked about it a little bit, but how did you manage some of the stress or depression that you went through during this time from maybe other people who are going through this? Do you have any like things that you did specifically to get through that? Or
There was a point in time where I think it was after my first bone marrow transplant, and I just like went mute. That was the time where I would just lay in bed all day and just feel sorry for myself. You know, like depression hits everybody.
mm-hmm.
Like at that point, I couldn't walk on my own because I was laying in the bed that much. Like I had to go to physical therapy to learn like how to walk again.
So that's okay.
So that right there is just like a whole new learning experience. But I'd say once you get there, that's when there was other soldiers that were going through the same thing I was going to. I would go through their rooms at we called it 5T. That was the cancer floor. I would talk to them out in public all the time. And, you know, it's like, yeah, it sucks. You know, your family's going to be praying for you. Everybody will, you know, but you got to do it for yourself too. You know, my daughter's now 4.5 years old now, and she's the best thing that's ever have to be. That's what kept me going.
That's what I was wondering if she was what really was maybe the spark that got you through that 5%.
What did you find would motivate you? Like if somebody were to talk to you and get through to you, like they said, you got to do it for yourself or do it for your family or whatever. Did it work better? Did you have physical therapists that were like, I don't want to say mean, but like harsh with you? Like you got to do this and stuff. Did that motivate you, or did you need the soft touch to motivate you, or like what worked better? Not people that didn't feel sorry for you, or people that took the kid gloves off, or like how did it? What was your better way?
I was always really outgoing, and I really liked learning new things. So I was all for like getting right back into it. Like that's what I wanted to do. Like I was texting my doctor, like, when can I get back to working out? She's like, don't worry about it right now. Like, and then finally, there's a soldier recovery unit. I kind of talked about that. I don't know if I did.
You might have touched on it for a second.
Yeah. So they have all these events with the Wounded Warrior Project too, as well.
Okay.
So they could take us out kayaking if you want to do kayaking, cycling. I had my bow and arrow down there, so we did archery practice and stuff like that. There's swim classes, HIIT training.
And this is all while you're going through recovery?
Mm-hmm. So they helped out a lot because they pitched you. Not like.
But that's what I mean. They took the kid gloves off a little bit to make you feel
Yeah.
like you're not worthless. Like,
Exactly.
you can do this.
Like you can actually get out and do things again.
Exactly.
Which is good. I mean, and then all the variety that you had there, that's cool too. You know, you're not doing the same thing all the time and
Exactly.
getting to experience new experiences.
Finally get out of that bed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. What's this might be a hard question to answer, but what's one thing you wish your loved ones had known or understood better about your experience, either before or after?
Like, this is my deal, I guess. I don't know if
That it's like
what I
your
mean by
fight
that.
type of thing?
It's my fight.
It's your cross to bear.
Like, I know you all care, but I'm also like, I don't want to be here either.
Gotcha.
Obviously, they don't want to hear that, but it's just, it took a lot out of my life. That was a whole almost 2 years
Mhm.
of just fighting.
Definitely. That's a good way to look at it, though. I mean, it's a strong way to look at it.
Mhm.
You know, like we talked about kind of in the beginning, you didn't want the sympathy, you didn't want the,
Yeah.
you know, the people looking at you, and I get that. The next question is going to be kind of about that too. So, what does, I mean, I don't want to call it the stigma, but what does being a cancer survivor mean to you personally? Does it, and I don't want it to mean like it's a defining thing for you, but what does it mean to you to be a cancer survivor?
Grateful, I would say. I just, every other thing, like new jobs, like right after, like, I beat cancer, so I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm looking forward to striving and doing other things and finding something I want to do.
You pretty much got to think you can do about anything, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
at
feels
this-
like it
at
there
this
for a
point,
while.
you know?
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good way to, I mean, not saying you, nobody should have to go through that to have that outlook on life, but
yeah.
it's, a unique experience.
Yes.
Right?
Very.
Yeah. Has there been many, like, do you know of other people that have been through your similar experience, like the same type of cancer, the same rate, speed at which it was building? Or are you a pretty unique case?
I had to sign papers because they used my case to show people what you can actually do and what I did. Like,
So you are a case study.
I was a case study. Like, I had to sign paperwork like, yes, it is okay to talk about a case. Obviously, that's HIPAA.
Right.
And like, yeah, tell the world.
Yeah.
Is there a little resentment with how the military handled it early on?
Definitely be
Just by
deployed.
listening to you, I feel like that was a pretty shitty version of how they handled it.
Yes.
Like even from Walter Reed to San Antonio, like I'm pretty sure they can figure out how to get you down there.
Yeah. Obviously, everybody's got protocol. Everybody's got their own boss. But
I think there's a difference when cancer's involved, though, in my opinion, or like if your leg's blown off, or like I feel like that it just didn't think it's a death sentence, which it's kind of not to say in a bad way, but
exactly that was
it's a little more than a cough.
That was our thought when we got there. It's like, really? Like, I gotta wait? Like,
that's the stigma of you're just a number.
Yeah.
Right. You got to feel that firsthand.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
That's sad to hear, actually. That's why we got things like Wounded Warrior and what was the other one? The Fisher deal, the housing.
Fisher
Soldier Recovery Unit.
The Fisher House. Is that what it's called?
We got the Fisher House,
Yeah.
so people stay there for free. There's definitely a lot of donations that go
So
there.
Fisher House is like that's the military version of like the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah. That's at least there's those, because I would have I can kind of see you got a little resentment for how it was handled.
I got resentment.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do too.
involved.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not
I
even
just heard
involved.
it, and it's like Jesus Christ. Like it's not that hard to like, but that it's more than just military. It's just one of those things like just do better.
Right.
Come on,
Do
Right.
better.
How has surviving cancer changed? Like, and we kind of talked about this a little bit, but your perspective on life, health, or priorities. Did any of that really change for you? Did you?
I'm not the same man I was before. Obviously.
Yeah. In
Well,
what
growing
way?
up,
Growing up, I used to be very I was a hothead there for a while, and I would not let stuff go. But I've always been nice to people. I've always been very caring about people.
I've seen that personally when we worked together, so I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just, I don't know how to describe it. I just, I look at life like, especially being, I don't know, you're a girl dad,
2 boys.
2 boys.
2 boys.
Being a girl dad is something different that hit me hard and definitely makes you like more emotional,
Mhm.
I would say.
Having kids in general makes you a little emotional, but I have heard that being a girl dad, you feel like you have to
Be protective.
be protective and maybe show a little more emotion. I can be hard on my boys, whereas sometimes you don't think you can be as hard on a daughter.
You gotta, every kid you gotta be calm around, and then she's like, "Oh, just sleep, my baby girl,"
Right. So she's got you wrapped around her finger. Yeah.
Most definitely.
So so what you're saying is your life changed a lot, your perspective. So did you say you like probably had to basically mature a lot? You had to make some hard decisions for yourself.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I can't remember the song, but
Literally life and death decisions.
Yes, literally. Roll back to drinking, cut back on smoking. I didn't smoke much at all in my teenage years, 23 for college. I did drink a lot, and that affected a lot of my relationships. Now I just reel it back.
Yeah, that's good. That just comes with age too.
Yep.
A little bit. You don't party as often. We still tear one on or tie one on every now and then, but not as often as we used to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always good to see your old buddies, high school classmates and stuff like that, old friends.
Definitely. Are there any ongoing challenges or fears you face as a survivor, like worrying or recurrence? I know we kind of talked about that a little bit too, but is that a big worry for you, or are you kind of just trying to live your life as it is?
I'm just trying to live my life. My ex-wife kind of brought up, since I had cancer at that time and didn't know how long that was like in my system when I had my daughter. Like, can she, get
Could it
that
be a
as
thing?
well? Like, I don't know. That hits me hard too.
Do they know that? Do they know if that could be a...
She can't be tested until she's a certain age.
Gotcha.
So when that does come, like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame
No
you.
doubt.
I wouldn't blame you at all. What's something you've done post-recovery that you're especially proud of or grateful for?
I definitely help a lot of people out. I do not ask for anything in return. I am still in good relation with her family. Like, they don't live too far from me. Like, I go to all their family events. I literally help out anybody that I can. You need help, you can call me. I'll be there. If I can't, I'll let you know.
That's good to hear. It's a good way to approach life. Don't always expect things from people, and just be good value human being.
Just be grateful you're helping somebody out, helping somebody get through something.
Yeah. I hope this question isn't going to be on a touchy subject, but did going through this whole process, is that kind of what split you two up? And obviously it was a quick marriage, right? So
Very.
yeah.
Yep. It just
Probably the closest thing to a shotgun wedding of all time. Like, it wasn't before the baby was born, but it was before a possible death. So
Yes.
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yep, that definitely. We both changed. Like, she had to watch me like go through hell and back and basically die. And I don't know how many seizures she's seen me go through, and she's just wanted to be away from it, kind of deal.
Yeah. Any animosity there at all, or
What do you mean?
do you feel that it could have worked out if she wanted to stick around and not see you go through that, or?
It might have.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm going down
No.
a path you don't want to go down. But,
Nope, you're fine.
just thought I'd at least ask that.
I know that's a emotionally draining thing for some people to see too.
It is. That's what I was kind of trying. I didn't know if there was any. I'm trying to think of another word besides animosity. I don't want to use the word hate, obviously, because it's not what I'm looking at here. But do you have any feelings that she maybe could have stuck around if maybe she could have gone through some of that a little more with you?
Maybe.
Okay.
But I think that at that point it was time.
Yeah. Makes sense. That is a lot to see somebody go through.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never had to go through anything like that.
'Cause-
I've seen some things here and there, but
Obviously she missed a lot out of her life. She's what, 20, 25, I'm 27. You know, that was her. I was 20, 23. She was just turned 21. She didn't live her 21 and all that. And
yeah.
she didn't go. She didn't to complete her nursing degree that she was going through, and
That was a lot for two under 25s to go through. Kid, cancer, recovery. That's wild. Shotgun marriage. That is
definitely a lot of big kid decisions right there.
yeah, you guys had to grow up real fast. Real fast. Wow. That's crazy. What advice would you give to men who have just been diagnosed with cancer and kind of what to expect? Or
You know, there's going to be a lot of fear, a lot of shock, but you can't. You know, it all depends. Like I've ran into, single men, and it's just like, well, do I go through with it? You go through it. Like somebody's going to be there for you throughout, or even after. Like you're going to either find somebody or somebody's going to find you.
right, help build each other up, even if you're meeting somebody through treatments.
Exactly. Talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Don't feel shy. Don't feel ashamed.
Right.
Like, hey, I'm going through this. I need somebody to help me through this.
And
So
if your friends are going to treat you like shit, they're not your friend.
right. Pretty much.
And not only do you, I mean, if you're going to reach out to somebody and you need help and your friend's not going to care or he's going to blow you off, then it wasn't ever your friend.
Exactly.
And you're going to be better off in the long run anyway. So
And
reach out
that's-
to people.
Yeah, and that's great advice, and that's also opposite of what you originally said,
Mhm.
right? Because you were embarrassed at first. You were
Exactly.
so it's a complete turnaround.
Full circle.
Yeah. If you could go back and tell your newly diagnosed self one thing, what would it be?
Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Pray.
I guess in your case, that would be what you could say. It's all going to be good. You're going to be fine.
It's all going to be good. It's going to
I'm
suck, but
I've never gone through this, obviously, but I hear that, and I have to think. I'm just playing devil's advocate here a little bit, but I've heard a lot of people say that. Like I'm gonna go back. I'd go back and say everything's gonna be okay. Well, I think of like the butterfly effect theory and stuff like that. If you do, are you going to fight the right way?
exactly.
Like that's what I
Right.
don't like that.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
attacking you over it. I'm just like, I've heard a lot of people say that. I was like, I mean, maybe we wouldn't. Maybe you don't want to do that because maybe you would take that. I'll be fine. I don't have to. I don't know. It is just I've heard people say that.
And maybe not knowing it's 5%.
That's my
you wouldn't have fought as hard to stay alive,
Exactly.
type of thing.
not
That's-
to.
that's
a
a
lot
I
of
wasn't
fa- a lot of
poo-pooing on that
factors.
at all. I was just
A lot of factors, yeah.
I just thought about that and I was like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
What's
And maybe it would work.
yeah. What's one misconception about cancer or survivorship that you'd like to clear up for any listeners that maybe don't know? So misconception is something that somebody thinks about a certain group of people that maybe is or isn't true. Like you're a cancer survivor. I think I have to always give you sympathy anytime I see you.
Kind of like a thank you for service type deal.
Kind of.
I would say not ask them how they're doing. Like ask them about other stuff. Not
Have an
like-
actual conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not how's treatment going or how are your numbers going and stuff like that. Like what are you doing this weekend?
How's your
like,
daughter?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like break off from that that's something you don't want to look back and, past trauma. And
Yeah.
like,
You mean to tell me cancer survivors don't like talking about it all the time?
not all the time, but when you're asked, be like, oh, what's your story? Be like, you got an hour?
Yeah. I get that. We've had one other survivor on here, a female with breast cancer, and that was a whole nother story too. It's amazing. You get, cancer is the same thing per se, but the stories are all
Different.
wildly different.
People
Wildly
attack
different.
them differently too.
Yeah.
Have a different view of them. And
Yep. It's pretty crazy. What's something you've learned about yourself through this experience that you didn't know before?
That's a tough one.
The hard-hitting questions here on Touching Base.
I guess stuff. I used to chew a lot. I used to drink a lot. Like how, you think it's so hard to stop drinking, energy drinks every day. Trying to get lit every night.
Stop on the energy drinks. I'm feeling personally attacked here on the energy. The alcohol, I don't care.
Yep.
The energy drinks, don't take that shit from me.
Yep. And
I do want to stop those, but
it just takes a lot of willpower, and I'm kind of getting into that, like just staying away from certain things.
Yeah.
Just get healthier, I guess.
That makes sense. Are there any organizations, charities, or causes related to cancer that you're passionate about and want to share with our audience at all? Or is there anything that you are personally involved with?
Emo wise, Wounded Warrior Project, and there is also what's that called?
I do like Wounded Warrior. That is a good one.
I just got me. But even Wounded Warrior, they can set you up on hunts or trips and stuff like that. I haven't tried anything yet, but there's always that outreach program that you have all these options, and you definitely have doors to go through to do that. But definitely Wounded Warrior.
That's cool. I like that one a lot. Looking forward, what's next for you, and how do you plan to embrace life moving forward?
Be the best dad it can be.
So do you have full-time custody?
It's 50-50 custody.
50-50.
But
Gotcha.
we get along very well. We were all at the fair last night.
Good. It's always good to hear those stories of you being able to co-parent well, and it's just better for the kids that way.
Yeah, it is. You don't want to fight, especially if they're around them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't show the right way for interaction. I get that. What's next for you? What do you got? You got anything cooking in the oven
Right now?
Yeah. You got anything you're looking forward to, or?
Not at the moment. We got Labor Day coming up, so we're definitely going to go. We go to Erickson every year, so
Okay.
definitely got that coming up, and deer season right around the corner. So
Yeah. 100%. What are you doing? Are you working now, or?
Yep, full time. I'm over at Cox Tire LLC over in Albion.
Oh,
And
okay.
We work on everything from a tractor to payloader down to a mower tire about this big. So,
Nice. So you're having fun.
oh yeah, I like that job. My
That's
boss is great.
Good. Any other projects or things you want to start, or anything you want to do?
Couple things on the house I want done.
Just don't want to develop, around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You gonna do it all yourself?
Try to.
Yeah. I got away from that a long time ago. I can't do it anymore. I don't have time for it.
Oh, I got a couple good guys I know that can help me out, whether they want to or not. So
Right.
it's called voluntold.
Yeah,
Voluntold.
voluntold
There
of
you
what to
go.
do. Yeah. We're kind of at the end of the portion of, unless there's something else you wanted to talk about your story, or something that we maybe missed.
I think we covered it.
Okay. I want to make sure when we bring somebody on here that we get everything out that they wanted to get out. So at the end of the show, we always play a game of Would You Rather.
Oh God.
The problem with this game that we play is I always have AI generated questions,
Oh jeez.
and I never look at them first. So this is my first time doing this with a, and they're always
Based on what the interview's about.
yeah, he might need another. They're always based on what the interview's about. So these are going to be about cancer survivors.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to apologize if these are super horrible. I'll look up other ones if they're really bad.
All right.
Okay, but I wanted to live by my not looking at them ahead of time because they've always been pretty good.
Okay. I'm
So
ready.
I guess just don't get mad at me if these are
I won't.
horrible.
I won't.
you
And
play.
if you don't like them, you say
Yeah,
I'm not going to do that. Or so like a lot of time when we first did this, we would change.
you can change.
Like
the
you,
question.
if you can put some caveats in there and be like, if it was this, then I would pick this. If it was just a little bit different, or pick your own rules.
So have you played Would You Rather before?
Yep.
Or you know the basis of it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the first one, would you rather have the superpower to instantly heal from any illness but only yourself, or be able to inspire hope in everyone around you but not heal physically?
B.
B,
Inspire everybody.
inspire everybody. I like that answer. Would you rather go back in time and tell your younger self one piece of advice before your diagnosis, or fast forward 10 years to see how your life turns out?
Fast forward.
Really? Interesting. Why?
See what I did.
Interesting. Would you rather have...
Time out. What if we're fast forwarding to nothing there?
I was going to say, what? Yeah.
Like,
Or
I would know either way.
or what if the question's
Well,
saying you have to
you
fast
should-
forward 10 years and you have to then lose those 10 years and you have to live that, whatever your life turned out to be.
That's very
have
good.
you ever watched the movie Click?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I don't
That's-
ever want to fast forward.
Yes.
That's the saddest
Now we
movie
got
I've ever
Happy
seen in my
Girl
life.
Number 2 coming up. Like,
There's another. Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
it, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Next week, I think.
That is kind of a weird question though, because it says go back in time, which would then say you could probably come forward in time, whereas the other one says fast forward instead of going forward in time. I don't know. That's an
I
odd
don't
question.
ever want to go forward. That always goes back. Go
Yeah.
back personally.
Would you rather have every doctor's appointment replaced with a stand-up comedy session, or
Yes.
have all
Yes. Not even waiting for the
not
next
even
one.
waiting for the second option, or have all medical scans done while listening to your favorite music playlist?
I already did that on like every
It
MRI.
was like, I already did that. I already did that one. So let's do the stand-up comedy session. I like that.
It's
I
very
like that
kind-
you answered before
It's
we.
very kind of them. Like, oh, what music? What music do you want? I'm like, let's go country. Like,
Right. Oh my goodness. Would you rather be stuck in a room for a day with a overly optimistic motivational speaker, or a grumpy but hilarious comedian who roasts your treatment stories?
definitely grumpy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would love to get roasted every day.
Oh yeah.
100%. Would you rather have a lifelong supply of your favorite comfort food from your treatment days, or never have to wait in a hospital waiting room ever again?
Never wait in the hospital because I did chocolate and now I can't.
Can't do chocolate.
I had king size Hershey bars. Now even like M&Ms, I put them out my mouth. I feel like I
You just
had
had
a glob
hatred
of
for
dirt
chocolate.
and threw it in my mouth. Like, it's nasty.
Oh, that's funny. It's funny how your brain associates things sometimes with trauma. Would you rather star in a movie about your cancer journey but have to sing all your lines, or write a book about it but it's only told through memes?
Memes.
Memes.
I would do. I love meme talk. Meme culture is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Shannon's cancer journey through memes. Would you rather have a pet robot nurse that perfectly manages all your medical needs but talks nonstop, or a magical health app that predicts how you'll feel each day, but it is always 50% wrong?
Oh, jeez.
Fuck that. Jesus.
That is terrible.
What's the point of it?
And so would you rather have a pet robot nurse that perfectly manages all your medical needs, but it talks nonstop, or a magical health app that predicts how you'll feel each day, but it is always 50% wrong?
Jesus,
So you have
those both suck. Those both
Yeah.
suck. Sometimes I want people to shut the fuck
That's
up.
just like reading the weather. You're like, oh, that didn't happen today. You're like, I'll go with the robot, I guess.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Can she be unplugged?
you could probably figure out some way to turn the voice modulator off or something.
You can take hearing aids out.
Exactly.
There you go.
And then we're
bonus.
Yeah, you're
bonus. I would have to go with the other one because then it's like playing. I'm a gambler at heart, so like I'm gambling every day.
50%?
Oh yeah, let's go. I go to casinos. It's way less than 50%.
I know. But this is your health.
Maybe casinos are your health, technically.
I suppose.
What if you put out your house and home?
There you go. Would you rather celebrate your Would you rather celebrate your cancerversary, your remission anniversary, with a huge party every year, or quietly do something meaningful for just yourself?
Quietly.
I figured. Do you like the word cancerversary?
I've never heard that term before.
I haven't
Is
either,
that
but
a term?
I went to read it and I was like, God, that is just a horrible word.
Horrible. Do you do that? Do you with yourself?
I see
Reflect on it?
It pops up on Facebook all the time. I think my mom sees it too. She'll send me Facebook memories like, stop.
So she celebrates it for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what moms are supposed to do. So
Right.
And obviously she's updated about every little thing that I do.
Right. Would you rather have every cancer-related conversation start with a cheesy inspirational quote or end with a random fun fact about the human body? What? Would you rather have every cancer-related conversation start with a cheesy inspirational quote or end with a random fun fact about the human body?
I guess a quote.
I guess
I'm going random fun facts.
Are you?
I'm just going to learn more. Yeah.
Just random fun
The
facts.
cheesy quotes. I mean, some of them are going to be good, but some of them are going to be real bad. It's like,
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
this 10 million times. I don't need it.
Okay, this is the last one. Would you rather be known as the ultimate cancer survivor, motivational speaker, but have to wear a superhero cape everywhere? or
Lance so strong.
or be a low-key advocate who secretly funds cancer research with a hidden fortune?
If I had the money, I'd fund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you definitely picked that one. I ain't wearing no cape.
I ain't wearing no cape.
Well, that's the show, man. What'd you think? You have a good time?
I'm glad I came.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
It's a lot of fun. It's super organic. People just come on. We just kind of bullshit and let people tell their stories and ask a few shitty AI questions at the end. And
Yep.
Maybe on these ones we should split that up a little bit because it seems like sometimes when you're having to tell a story like that, you're just kind of out there on your own a little bit. We're not jumping in as much. We're asking some questions and stuff, but
I had a whole list of questions. He just kept going.
I know, but that's what I meant. Like we could like bring a little humor into it. And it's not completely sad. But we didn't want to. You seem like you were comfortable with it.
Yeah,
so
you're
you
good.
did
Yeah.
a good job. So
I didn't want to interrupt you. Was my thing.
Yeah.
I probably left some stuff out, but that was mostly the gist of it. It was just a long, long road.
Yeah. I just didn't want to interrupt you because I didn't want you to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
lose your train of
break
thought.
the flow and So I had a whole list. I asked him towards the end, but I had like a whole list of things I was going to ask him. Like, well, he kind of touched on this. He already got this. He did that.
Take
he did
two.
This. Yeah. No. You did just fine. I would much rather have it go the way.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah. 100%.
Good.
I just hated that you had to stay in that bad mindset the whole time.
That's what I was talking
Yeah,
about. I
yeah.
wasn't talking about anything other than just like change it to because we're a little more fun here.
We
at the
tried to
end.
throw in a little humor with the
Yeah.
percentage thing and the we always try to break it up a little bit. But well, really appreciate you being on, man. Thanks to my co-host Vance Neidig. Without him, the show would not be what it is. Huge thanks to Shannon. Really appreciate you making time for us today. Hopefully, maybe come back again and hang out if we didn't scare you too much. Cool. Keep on the lookout for more great episodes, and we'll see you guys next week.